Good morning, everybody. Daniel G. Taylor here from Mayor Marketing Agency, and I am here with today's inspirational insight, in which I'm going to talk about one of the best networkers who I've met over the years, and that is Craig Keegan. I met Craig back in 1997, I believe it was. No, it wasn't. Wasn't that long ago. It was back in about 2007. Still, the time just passed. It was a long time ago, and he stood out at the time. But I've anybody who's been in business for a while knows that you meet people who are networking, and a lot of people are actually really annoying networkers because you meet them and then they just try and push their stuff on you, and uh, they're not helpful. They don't try and help you in any way or anything like that. They're just purely focused on themselves. And Craig is obviously the complete opposite of that, which is why am introducing you to him today. Craig, Craig dropped off my radar we connected on LinkedIn and Facebook back when we first met, but then dropped off the radar for a few years. And then a few years after that, I got a message from him because he said that, hey, my son is now on LinkedIn. I want to help him build his network quickly. So would you care to connect with my son? And there was something about the way that he was taking such good care of his son and making sure his son got set up and had everything in place to be able to get started in the world. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. And so Craig and I began reconnecting, and then last year at Dale Beaumont's 52 Ways workshop in Melbourne, Craig and I ran into each other again, and I got to actually meet his son Chris in person. And and as a result, straight away, I noticed that there was something different again about. Well, this is where I really noticed that Craig is such a different networker. And as soon as I left the event, like that same night, I get an email from Chris, and what he's done is he sent me a PDF of the notes which he's done from these 52 ways. So he's created his own notes of Dale's 52 ways, which he sent to me and the other people that he met at the day as just a way of providing value to people. And I absolutely encourage you to connect with Craig on LinkedIn and everything, on Facebook, whatever, as a way just to get the experience of dealing with him. But I had a catch up with him yesterday on Zoom, and what I learned from that is that he's created this. His passion is property. He's works in that property space, in property education and stuff. But because he's such a brilliant networker, what he's done is he's actually brought together his passion for property with his networking abilities, and he's brought that together into this property mastermind group. And it's a referral group where the members of this referral group are expected to perform, and it's not it's for people in the property industry, but essentially it's about forming groups of teams of people who have skill sets that don't overlap. So you're not going to have two mortgage brokers competing in a group. What you're going to have is you're going to have the mortgage brokers, you're going to have the copywriters, you're going to have the conveyancers, you're going to have the builders, all the people that you need to be able to succeed in property. But there's not going to be overlap in the sense of there's no competition. So it's an extraordinary setup which he has done, and I was going to pop the link into in the link so you could find out more about this in his thing. But there are a few in the emails that he sent me, and I'm not quite sure which one he wants me to actually drop for him. So Craig, when you watch this, if you could please in the comments field, if you can drop the link that you want people to go to find out more about the Property Profits Network. But I encourage you to connect with Craig, and he gives so much. He's such an extraordinary giver in the way that he networks. So I certainly encourage you to network with him and take his approach, not just with Craig, but also with other people. And instead of networking going, what can I get out of this? Go into the situation going, how can I add more value? How can I give back? How can I do more than what's expected or ordinary? And that is part of being limitless. So that's my shout out to Craig Keegan from Property Profits Network. And until I speak to you next time, live limitless.